Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to the last Divinity Monster Train. I don't know why I said it in reverse this time. Last run was probably one of the most fun runs I've ever had of Monster Train. You should watch it if you haven't. This run, what's our logbook like? At some point, we really do need to be looking at, whoops, forgive me. One of these days we need to actually look at completion of the logbook, but there's actually kind of a lot to do, so we'll just keep randoming for now. Although I would love a little fade. I haven't had a little fade in a while. It's just the Rector. You know what? He's still a pretty good unit. It's standard Rector, Melting Remnant, standard Awoken with Restores, Talos, Daze, Fell, Scourge, and Seraph buff debuff. So we're probably not going to rely too much on regens, but hey, we've got a Rector. Maybe our Rector can be put to good use. So let's see. We have no Reformation, no Burnout. At the start of each turn, add a Vine Grasp to your hand with Purge. That's actually pretty good. I do also like the Daze and melee weakness. Means that on the first turn of combat, nothing can do damage to you. Sometimes that's bad if you want your units to die so you can reform them, but I think we'll just go for a Vine Grasp. It's really nice to just be able to purge, do 3 damage, move units around, maybe kill the Collector. I mean, no Collector will be safe. So I do kind of like it even just for that. Harvest +1/+5, or Resolve Reform with an additional +5. I actually think that the Resolve is the better Rector. Admittedly, putting your dregs in front so that they can die so that this guy can scale really quickly is nice, and he does function as a good tank. But for the most part, I feel like the scaling that you get from unit reformation is a little bit more important, because you're gonna have to die a lot, or rather have a lot of deaths before this guy starts to get worthwhile. Admittedly, you can keep him healed up, so he can function as a really good tank, but we have tanks, we're the Awoken. Tanks are less necessary in the Divinity. You need to do damage. How do you do damage? Killing units and bringing them back does a lot of damage. So I kind of like this. And he's a 50-50 as well. I'm just thinking, right now we don't have any units that this really synergizes well with, but we can get units that that'll synergize well with. So, yeah, Dregs, Entombed Explosives. Sure, let's do it. Unit Reformation. And I think early I will go for the gold. I've learned to appreciate gold to a greater degree recently, although I will say that probably the 100 gold might not be worth the 10 pack shards, but I'm still gonna take it because I still enjoy that. So the Vine Grasp, if anything, at least allows us to kill healers early, which is nice. You are going to die as soon as you attack, which I actually love, because it means you'll be reformed literally immediately, and we can always just restore our Rector to keep him alive. So, I think you dying is probably ideal. Although, if I kill you like this, everything else can go on the bottom floor, which I probably like a little bit more. Yeah. You're gonna live, unfortunately, which means you're gonna burn out at the wrong time, but that's okay. I still have to kill you too, but oh, you know what? There you go. Now you're dead. Perfect. So no units are in the dead pile. So this is weird, but if I play you, you will die. You know what, the Vine Grasp won't be able to, I mean, I can kill you, but you're dead anyway, so I think we'll just play the Dreg to play, oh, you know what? If I play 2 Vine Grasps on you, I can kill you, although maybe that's not important at all. Maybe I'm okay with you, you know, taking a hit or whatnot. No, I want you to die, and then I want you to come back. You're dead, beautiful. Yoink, you're healing. So the Vine Grasps are very helpful for the targeted damage. Admittedly, both the Awoken and the Melting don't have targeted damage spells, so it fills a nice gap, I think, in our deck. Restore health and burnout, or apply +10 and burnout. Either one of these are okay. We don't need another Entombed Explosive, definitely not. Either of these are fine. I think we'll go with Purifying Cleanse though. It's cheaper, it's more burnout, and tankiness is gonna matter more than damage because we already have damage in the champion. We don't need another +10. We need to be able to have this guy live so he can... Well, although, why would I give him burnout? He's not the burnout champion. Well, I don't think it matters one way or another. We have a card. Although now I'm thinking about it, it is a little silly. Apply +4 and spikes 4 or +3/+3. It's the buff debuff Seraph, so the spikes are gonna be a little bit less useful. And, you really gotta stack a lot of spikes to kill some of the units in the Divinity DLC. I actually feel like maybe we just prefer Restoration Detonation for when we get to Awoken units, or maybe even the Steel Enhancer so we can buff a multi-striker. And we're probably gonna get some multi-strikers at some point. So I kinda like those a little bit better. Hey, we also have a Fatal Melting. So I'll take a Steel Enhancer, I think. It's not a very good early play, but it's something that we can lean into, I hope. And I will go for an Awoken unit. We either want a tank, an Animus, or really just like a tank or an Animus. It would be hilarious if we could get another another Legion of Wax, but something tells me that's not gonna happen 3 runs in a row. Quick +25, so a sweeper would be perfect. And we got one. So we'll give you quick. And honestly, if you die, you will get reformed, which makes me feel like +5, +10 is the way to go, because 8 damage is enough to kill weaker units. And the +20 HP might not be that important, but it is enough that you can survive for at least a couple of attacks. Multi-strike would also be really good. Would we want to give you Large Stone? Not really. Really, like, you're a perfect target to die and bring back over and over again. I would love to get a multi-strike on you. We didn't. I just don't see the Large Stone being the play. If we want to play units, have them die, come back over and over again, we don't really care about you being large. Then again, you could just be the bottom floor tank. You know, you're quick, you'll kill enemy units, and if you die, we'll reform you anyways. So you getting out there and then dying once is really not a big problem. A multi-strike would still fit you better, but you know, at least with this, you're getting kills faster, but I think I'd rather you die to get replayed, because you'll come back with significantly more attack every single time you die. So I'm just gonna give you the plus, no. I think we wait for like a multi-strike in the future. So as for what do we buy? I hate to say it, but maybe you just buy nothing. +10 magic power and piercing. Honestly, on the Fatal Melting, I could see it. Engage Pact, +10 and Burnout 2. I could put the Dreg in the Shattered Shell. That way it'll do more damage, but really I want to fish for multi-strike on this guy eventually. That'll be way more important than just a little bit of stats early. And upgrade a spell to be -2. You know what? Fatal Melting to be free and have magic power is kind of nice. It's gonna cost us a lot of pack shards though. I'll pay for the Fatal Melting when it's appropriate. What's coming up? Unit duplication. What's your duplication? You get extra +3 on Slay? Okay, you know what? Go ahead. Because we've got you early, because you're gonna be able to handle your own floor, because now that we have armor 10, you can kill enemies in one hit still, I think I still like you being out there. You're still a very good unit. And even if you don't die immediately, you'll be fine. And we can even heal you. Like, we don't have to let you die. You don't have to die. So this is a funny one, but now you're dead. 50 damage to the front enemy unit, quick. We won't get the kill, but it's not like we are on that run where like, oh, now you're not gonna get the kill. It's not like we're on the run where we actually care about getting kills with our Shattered Shell or anything. Like, they don't have the Paraffin Thug inside of them. Although maybe we would like it if they did. I would like actually to kill a unit. And then honestly, like, you might as well come out to die in the future. I did get 2 bombs. Not like we need them, but, you know, why not play them? Wait, that's the one that does damage to everything? It's not the front enemy unit, it's all units. Oh, we should have definitely upgraded it then. Plus 10 magic power, plus, you know, piercing, damage to all units. Yeah, that would have been a lot better. So I actually do think that the mold is appropriate. So that if something important dies, you can bring it back immediately. You can freeze it, you can hold it over. Hallowed Drippings, if we want units to die repeatedly, it's not quite as good. Draw 1 each turn, apply +3/+3. I don't think we need another Steel Enhancer. Actually, I feel like this is a skip. Okay, and now you're tempting me with a big sludge. You're also tempting me with a Wickless Tycoon inside of our Quick Sweeper. And we know that that works. We know that it works very well. You know what? This is gonna give us a lot of gold. But Big Sludge is, you know what? What about Big Sludge in our unit? Unit. That way, when they get kills, they'll gain rage. In fact, it's not even a kill, it's just anything dying on the floor gets the rage. Dude, that's actually like pretty interesting. What's funny is that we could actually meld and then dupe immediately, but we're not gonna have the capacity for it because this is a +1 capacity bonus. But like, if we go left, we can check the unit, see if it's anything else that we want, and then do like a super harvest Big Sludge, reform units, put them in front, have them die over and over again. Dude, sounds good to me. I don't think we want a Spell Chain though. Although Spell Chain Steel Enhancer is tempting, but I don't think it's good enough. -15 attack and multi-strike 1. If we put that in Big Sludge, all of a sudden, Big Sludge and our Quick Sweeper will do a lot of good work for us. The Quick Sweeper is gonna take a lot of damage, but we have restores. We could keep him going. And then if he dies, we resummon him because that's what we do when things die and they resummon. So I'm actually thinking Animus in the Sludge could totally work. It's a weird melding, but I actually kind of like it. Now, do we need 2 Sludges? No. But I do like it. Now, what are we gonna dupe? Again, I don't think we need 2 Sludges. I don't think this is a very good dupe opportunity now. Because if we put we could just have an Animus and then just make her really big later. I mean, you know, it's not a bad idea, is it? Do we want another Animus? I like the fact that it's easy access to multi-striking, but on the Sludge, it doesn't seem that important, does it? Or rather, on a lot of units, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be all that important. depending on the unit, of course. But on the Sludge, it makes sense because the rage gain is going to be worth a lot more than what we're losing. So I think we'll, I mean, we could also check out the concealed caverns real quick, see if there's anything good there. Let's check this real quick. Pyre health or purge a card. Pyre health could be important. It does cost us draw. It's probably going to be worth like 30 pyre health over a run. I don't see things making it to the pyre though. I think I'd rather just purge a train steward. And then if we dupe the Animus, we could replay it later. Are we about to fight Talos? Yeah. We'll go right afterwards to see if we can get something at the merchant. You know what? We have to get capacity, I'm realizing too. Yeah, because Big Sludge can't fit behind Shattered Shell. So we have to take capacity after this. But I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna sack an Animus, and we're gonna make a multi-strike Big Sludge, whose only damage is rage, but thanks to our quick unit, in theory, they will be able to get that rage pretty quickly. Normally I like to meld and then duplicate a unit because I think it's actually pretty decent, but I don't think that's the play this time. Now, I do like the idea of purging the crap out of you, and then I can kill you next turn with another Vine Grasp. So I think what I'm gonna do is this, so that you actually get a kill here, and then I'll just restore myself. Because now, yeah, I'm just gonna say we're gonna bring back the Animus basically immediately. And now you're gonna die. We're gonna take 9, I think, because I'm just gonna be putting the Animus in front again. We also didn't draw a sweeper again. No one's dying. Very strange. I think we are gonna play you. And we're just kinda, oh, we got dazed, so we didn't even reform. I'm just kind of waiting on the Shattered Shell, which now I thankfully have. And because we're quick, we're actually hitting before they hit, but we're not really doing any damage. You kind of need a bomb in front. It's a bomb! You also need a drag. Now you're living. I'd rather the pyre not take damage, but I'm kind of okay with it taking 1. I can kill you on the next turn though. I'd rather not burn out my champion either, because we can mold him, but he'll have burnout 0. Or 1. So now our Big Sludge is doing 38 times 2 damage. It didn't take long. It did not take long. You're getting a lot of kills, thank you. I do think that the Animus at the top is the way to go, because Big Sludge will still kill everything. Actually, you know what? I think we do it like this. You can just stay here. There is capacity for another bomb. There's also capacity for another dreg. I guess if we put you in front, that's 2 kills. So we're doing 174 damage on Talos here. You're gonna kill my my Animus. Gotta say, I don't really care, because she's burning out anyways. You're taking 5 damage. I actually do think that maybe we want to stack up regen now on the Shattered Shell, because it looks like they're going to be living for quite a while, you know? You have a damage shield. Now you're dead. And if the Animus is constantly dying, let's make sure that that Animus constantly comes back. Explosive. You're not gonna burn out. You still do deal like a whole bunch of damage though. That might not have been the right call. just a wee bit of burnout, or ember drain rather. Taking 285. Taking lethal damage, beautiful. And our Sludge was like 70 damage at the end of this, but he was also on the wrong floor. He needs to be on the same floor as our Thorny boy here. Or like our Slay-y boy. Extinguish plus 20. Putting that on the Animus could be kind of interesting. The Animus does die and come back frequently. I think I'd rather just have Endless though, because if we put Endless on the Shattered Shell, they literally just come back and tank the Sludge every turn, which is kind of what I want. I don't really want anything else to be Endless. Spikes 5 and Resolve apply spikes. Not what I'm looking for. Formless Child, Extinguish plus 20. Dude, you know, on an Animus, that's not bad. Problem is the Animus is gonna... the Animus doesn't have the health to even live through like a single attack. But if we have capacity, then we can put the Rector on the middle floor with an Animus and then something behind it as another tank, and then the Animus will die and keep getting respawned. I actually do kind of like that idea with the Formless Child. Otherwise, if it dies, it'll just bring something back and reform and become free and then bring more things back that do more damage, which is also like another benefit to it. And we can kill it with the Purge too. Sure, give me a Formless Child. Oh, now you got me thinking here because we got some good options. We have a way of giving quick and a harvest bonus. So now I'm thinking, okay, harvest bonus, the Shattered Shell maybe? And then every time it slays, it's gonna gain not only more attack, but more health as well. I guess we could have put Big Sludge in you again, but that's a rage bonus. We don't need quick on anything, so we're not gonna take you. We don't really need a tank if we reform constantly. I actually think Wickless Baron's the way to go. I mean, I'm looking at it, and I think that a Wickless Baron in the Shattered Shell means that every time something dies, that Shattered Shell will get stronger and tankier, and eventually it can just tank anything we need it to tank. And if it dies, it'll just come back, it'll just reform. And then the Formless Child can go into the Animus in theory, turn it into a 23/3 after one death. Every time it dies, it'll get even stronger. I'm gonna go for it. We have to take capacity because we need 6 capacity for the bottom floor. And I also think that unit upgrades are pretty useful right now. A free artifact would be really nice, and card removal, but we also get an artifact anyways if we want it, and then we can maybe get a remnant unit. I don't know what we would be looking for, but if we could upgrade the Animus, I guess the Animus is the only, well, and Big Sludge. We need we need multi-strike. We got a large stone instead. I still think that this will work. It's not that good on the floor with our champion though, but maybe we can just go for like even more capacity afterwards. This is not what I was looking for. Plus 25 HP. You do need to tank up a little bit, but it's actually not that important for you. Because again, if anything dies, it just comes back. On Slay, gain gold. That on the quick unit is pretty good. Gives you a little bit of extra offense immediately. But we would have to wait. We'd have to wait for quite some time to actually meld it, and I think the money gain's not going to be that important at that point, so I think this is a skip. When you play a spell, spells that cost less are reduced. Champion gains attack, champion gains health. Interesting choices. So Fatal Melting can make other spells free. Other spells kind of suck though. So a champion that's a little bit tankier so it can live longer would be kind of nice. It's gonna be like a 50-50. So it's either gonna be a 75 attack, 50 health champion or a 50 attack, 75 health champion. I feel like the health is a little bit better to keep him going. Spells that cost less are reduced to 0. We only have one 2-cost spell. It's a good one, admittedly. But I think we just want, like, maybe the attack. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the attack, because we're always gonna have our champion in the back. And go ahead, reform more. Now, if we had the burnout champion, we could do some serious stuff with him. I'm gonna give you HP. And you know what? No, we'll go to one more shop later. Let's not put a +10 on you. Let's wait. I don't know what I'm gonna put on you though, but we don't need it for the time being. Multi-strike. So 12 damage out of you. Normal enemies will do 4. I don't think multi-strike is particularly bad. And again, if our units die, we reform them anyways. That's kind of the whole point. So we did not get the units that we wanted. That's honestly understandable. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I think we will just dump units out here though. I can purge you next turn and then you're gonna do spike damage to the pyre. There's not really much else I can do. Unless I play everything on the top floor, which would probably also work well. It's not quite how I wanted it to go. But sure. Yeah, because now I can't really even kill you. So it's either, do you go for the gold or do you go for this guy? Dude, we have too many units in the deck. We're not drawing what we want to draw. It's a big problem. It's a big problem. You can come out though. Taking 50 damage. That means an Animus would tank some shots, but so would a Dreg. I think I'm actually okay with the Animus tanking some shots for you. Dying, then we're doing damage. This is going very poorly. I'd rather not have the pyre take so much damage. But I'd also rather get the gold. So you're taking 20 damage and then you're dying to the spikes. I mean, gets us a little more. It hurts, it does hurt. There's our Shattered Shell, freaking finally. Also, our top floor is completely dying. We can fix that, we can fix that. So our pyre is still taking hits though. But at least the bottom floor is like, livable now. Sorry, what? Did our pyre just take 40 damage? This guy was doing 10 times 2. What happened? He might have been like a damage shield minion then. I was not paying enough attention to that, clearly. This combat is going exceedingly poorly. What's in the death pile? Sweet, a good train steward. Yeah, this combat is going extremely poorly. I did not anticipate it being this much of a problem. I don't know, like, why. It feels like I got hit for 40 damage when you moved up, but I don't think that's what happened. I think it's what I feel like happened. God, you just hit so freaking hard, huh? So you're gonna tank the shots. I mean, I'm even kind of curious as to whether or not I can survive this turn. I can, barely. Now, are you dying? You're taking 300 damage, which is pretty good. I wish it was more, though. I did just remove your own trigger, unfortunately. That's okay. I should not be playing that many units because we're gonna reform something, probably. And we got an Animus we can play on the next floor. This guy's a lot of regen. What the heck happened there? Burnout 2, do 150 damage? Sure. Okay, so we lived. How much pyre damage did we just take? Wish I had that bone dog now. 64? That's scary. How did that happen? How did that actually happen? Form a unit. Gotta be honest with you, we're losing units fast enough that I think reforming on a card is okay. I'll take a heal. We gotta really be careful at this point. I actually think we go left for a little bit of pyre healing, although we'll lose out on the concealed caverns. But we have to make sure we can actually survive. Train stewards can still go. We have to unit meld, and then we also have to like purge some of these non-used units from our deck, which makes me think that maybe I've definitely picked the wrong things. I've definitely picked like the wrong units. You know, we have too many units in the deck that we're drawing. +6. Non-boss enemy units get +6. And like, it's taking us a long time to actually have our units die, reform, come back out, and then still be playable enough to get kills. I want to do this. I don't think we'll survive either way. Like, honestly, I think we're dead regardless. So we might as well take it and just see what happens, right? Because if we get enough kills fast, oh, there's freaking stealth though. If there's stealth, I can't kill him with sweep. I can kill with purge though. Like, I think we're dead either way. I don't think that +6 is gonna matter. We either live or die right here. Right here, son. So, you're definitely gonna go out and explode. We'll get another kill. I should have probably played the big sludge. Let's do it right now. Now, you gotta come out. We're not, the problem is we're not killing because of the quickness here, which is a big problem, because you're taking 49 damage and almost dying. Yeah, maybe we should have played Shell Sludge on the top floor, but then our Rector Flicker would just be toast anyways. So I don't know. The only unit that we have down there is a bomb. We can't really play. I think we will, if we play the Animus, they're not gonna be able to get a kill when these units move up though. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. But let's see what happens. Really, I could just like use a lot more capacity too. So you do 31 damage. That's a lot of damage. You're gonna have 90 HP when you move up a floor. I don't see a way to keep anyone alive. And yeah, the big sludge isn't doing anything because these guys are in stealth. We should not have played on the bottom floor. If I move you to the front, I could maybe make something happen, because if the Rector Flicker dies and the Animus lives, we can wound them quite nicely. Burn out Tomb unit? You know, I got an idea. It's not a good idea, but I have an idea. I think we need to make sure that one of you dies. Because I knew that these 2 units were coming back. So you hit and explode. If we put the Animus out, we can do another 99 damage to you. Actually, we can Vine Grasp, then Entombed Explosive. We can do another 140 damage to you, which I think is for the best. And then we can always just reform back our sweeper for the bottom floor. I think we're gonna live. But I think it has to be done like this. You're dying. Beautiful. Now, you got Burnout 1. If I put out a Dreg, this floor is still okay. I played the wrong unit. Just straight up played the wrong unit. Well, can I keep you alive? How much damage are you taking? 30, 49? There you go. Gain armor 10? Yeah, but I'd also do more damage when a unit dies, so have fun. This is gonna be a very tough fight, but we're doing it so far. You did come back. You came back to me! I think you gotta come out. I can't believe that you're not actually dying, though. I think you need to come out. I think you need to come out. And then we're just gonna keep our sludge alive as long as possible. It's not exactly the units I would have wanted for this situation, but that floor is fine. Turn a random defeated unit to your hand. It's either the explosive or the Animus. We can ensure it's the Animus, but the Animus will have Burnout 1. Although it will do 50 damage. No, I think what we want is to just build up a super bottom floor, like this. Put down another bomb. Taking 200 damage. Maybe put out another Formless Child as well. 286 damage. Sure. And you know what? If you're attacking once, giving yourself armor 10, why don't you kill that Dreg? So we have an Animus and a Shattered Shell. Animus is Burnout 2. Yeah, but it does do 300 damage if I play it. Okay, 280, 285. You have Burnout 3, you'll have Burnout 2 next turn. I'm still looking at this like, I don't know, because you sweep, that's the problem. I still look at this like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to live through any of this, but we're gonna still try. One restore doesn't matter. But what else are you gonna play? That works. That's like the card that I needed. Just what I needed. Now everyone's like actually not half bad either. Okay, so we made it through this without even taking pyre damage, which is absurd. Although that was such a sloppy fight. How the hell are we gonna win this? That's one way. Although not on the rage guy. Because he's gonna lose his rage every time this gets played. Now the stealth is really interesting. Really wish I had taken Split Anvil, by the way. Was that this run? I think it was. Stealth means that we could put the Shattered Shell and the Sludge out, and then if they'll just never die because they'll never take any damage. Hallowed Halls could allow us to put out a Shattered Shell, but the big Sludge is going to constantly come back with 0 attack. You want to stack up the attack, you don't want him to die like this. Now we could put the Animus and the Shell on the same floor, because then with the Quick Sweeper you'll still get an attack out and the Animus will just die and come back every turn. Golden Smoke. This is a tough one because I really don't know what to take here. I mean, obviously Hallowed Halls is great. We've had it plenty of times before, and it does work well with like a Baron or even a Sludge if you can make it happen. But again, the Sludge is going to constantly come out with 0 damage. Is that fine? No, because we need scaling. What's our scaling? The Shattered Shell coming back with 5 extra attack every time? No, that's not scaling. We need scaling. Hallowed Halls isn't it. Subsuming Blade as a targeted damage spell I actually think could be pretty good. We have these Vine Grasps, but they're not good enough, and they're not going to be able to get a kill on all enemies eventually. Fatal Melting isn't particularly great enough. I do kind of like the Stealth to be able to stop incoming damage. If we have the Stealth holdover, we can have 2 floors, in fact, that can literally never get hit. I kind of like that. Because I don't really want to kill units constantly with the big Sludge, although we can, like, play Formless Child, reform it back. It can hit, like, what, Dregs? We could have a floor of Dregs, I guess. No, I think we want Engulfed in Smoke. It's a weird one, but, like, I don't see the other options really working for us. Now, Engraft just kind of, like, takes a draw right now. I don't even want the Stings. No, we'll just skip. We need card draw, but I actually think that capacity is yet again the go-to. We need more capacity, I feel. So spells being cheaper. I mean, we're looking for holdover. We're looking for holdover on Engulfed in Smoke. Yeah. Or even Wicked Blaze. I'll pay 1 for this. And we kind of do need to unit meld, unfortunately. Hey, at the start of each turn, add a sting to your hand. Okay, boom. F me, I guess. It is draw. It is draw and damage. So you know what? Give me a Vine Grasp and a Sting every turn. The Dregs are at least harvest triggers. Double stack. Double stack Stealth is really nice. You don't need to have it holdover if you just have 4 turns of it. Sure. Can we make it -2? Could. I mean, for 1, that's a no-brainer play. Da, 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 da. We have 90 pack shards. We're going super heavy into the pack shards, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it one bit. We don't need this at all. Intrinsic. I hate that Intrinsic doesn't matter because I feel like, again, that's an indication that maybe we have not been playing this correctly. Make focus growth a little bit cheaper. I think another permafrosted reform is totally okay, because we want these in emergency scenarios of, oh, wait a minute, I did something I shouldn't have. I can't actually, you know, get my units out. You know, the wrong unit was reformed or something, you know? So this is Scourge, right? Oof, that's bad. But we have, if we get the sweep out early, we can do a lot of damage on the bottom floor. We did get the sweep out early. We have a lot of cards. So you need to come out. Now you're getting kills. We actually don't need to play Engulfed in Smoke, so we can play Ultimate Penance. You have 100 HP, oh my god. Now who do we scale? I think we definitely scale you. Thanks to the stings, we'll be able to draw through the deck pretty quick. Okay, 67 damage. Not quite as much as I would like, but if we do it like this, then we can get another kill. Now for the Wickless Baron. Gotta be honest, I don't even know if I freaking play you, but I'm going to, because I actually do think it's gonna matter. You need to get melded into something else later, I think, but for now I'm just gonna play you to dump you, kind of. I think we need to really preserve our pyre damage. As much as I would like to get the Formless Child out, I think pyre damage is the name of the game. We're gonna take 6, but everything is dying on this floor. And we can do this, just so we take no Ember Drain next turn. I don't think we want to play the mold. I think we just want to save it. And then we will end turn. Units are dying. We're making pretty good progress. Now everything's dying because our sludge is 56 times 2. Admittedly though, it took a long time to get to this point and it's still not that much damage. So I'm starting to think that maybe we just don't have enough Harvest Rage gain here. I'm hoping that with capacity we can put down like a chump blocker that dies as well, or even Vine Grasp of the Dregs. That's the hope anyways. The hope, the hope. So we're just gonna play all of those guys. And then, sure, regen. No one's taking any damage, so we'll just keep healing ya. And since we're about to shuffle, I think I will play this just to reform something back. Although, you would have been reformed anyways and still been... You would have been better off, because we would have given you like an extra +5. So we're taking 7 damage. We don't take a lot of damage, admittedly. I'm starting to think that maybe quick on the Sludge could have been a good idea, but we have heals and we need somewhere to target them, so I'm still okay with this too. It's a weird one, but like, again, like, as we kill units, they just come back stronger. At this rate, we're not going to be able to play the Animus, unfortunately. Because we don't have capacity to play him on the middle floor. Waves remaining 2. This is definitely a good time to engulf in smoke. You have burnout 1. I'd rather not get the Ember Drain, honestly. Like, although what are we gonna play next turn? Well, we're gonna play, the Consume Heal, probably. Also, we need to play this. So, yeah, it's a very good idea. Good point, good point, good point, good point. Play this. Doing a lot of damage. Pretty good. Can't draw more cards next turn. Play this. I think you probably just want to buff you. You're gonna live longer. Bring back an explosive for no reason. I think we just keep playing nothing. It's kind of like a little autopilot-y, you know? We played our cards, yeah, now you're dead. It's mostly the stealth that's getting the job done. It makes me wonder just how this will work against the divinity, because, well, against Seraph, we're gonna lose the stealth. Maybe we want to duplicate the stealth card. Extinguish. Nothing extinguishes. Well, we had a unit that extinguished, then we removed it. We also probably don't need Wickless Baron, because the Shattered Shell getting an extra +2 attack per sweep, I'm starting to realize that might not matter that much. It might be better just to purge the Baron so that we can guarantee 3 units, 3 priority units. Because I don't really want 130 pack shards by the end of this, because we're getting pretty high in pack shards. Adding a draft to your hand, it's a very good reform target. I actually don't really mind that as a card. Because anytime we get a draft, I think we'll be pretty happy to have it. And if a unit dies, it comes back. And we need capacity. We need it again. We need to put chump blockers in front of our sweeper. It'll keep the sludge going faster and faster and faster and faster. Now we have no money, so I think you go free artifact card removal. Although a good concealed caverns could be worth a lot. But a free artifact plus 2 card removal is quite helpful. And then what are we doing next? Duplicate Merchant of Steel? Okay, we'll do duplicate Merchant of Steel later. Extinguish abilities trigger an additional time. Well, if only I had a Legion of Wax. So we'll take 5 HP per turn. We'll take Better Reformation. What do we have here? Purge and Spell -2? Holdover would have been nice, admittedly. Let's take a free Focused Growth. You hear that sound? And then, I still need a Purge. We'll purge the remaining restores because they're not really super helpful right now. And then I honestly still want to duplicate the stealth card. I feel like that's one way that we can get out of this, although it is still going to make it tough to handle big waves, because we got some big waves coming on the divinity fight in particular. We only have 1 big sludge, but like I don't really want pack shards just to get rid of a Wickless Baron. I'd rather just pay to remove it. We should have removed it before we even came here, honestly. But if we want to engage pact, we'll do it after this combat anyways. Restore all health. No! No, 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 no! No, 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 no. No! No, no, no. Do you want to just die immediately? Because that's how we would just die immediately. So, you gotta go out. You gotta go out. Wish I had enough money for this. Unfortunately, I don't. However, we're only doing 58 damage? God, that's so bad. I'm realizing now that the problem is the big sludge just takes so long to get raged up. By the time he gets raged up, we're dying. We're dying in here, man. Like, how the hell am I gonna kill you? You have 200 HP. Animus ain't gonna do it. Well, I do like getting the gold at the very least, so like, let's just do this. You can go out. I can Wicked Blaze a Dreg, but the Dreg is gonna come back anyways, but you know, it can just eat a shot, but you know it can also eat a shot? Just 1 Dreg. I mean, you have 100 HP still and I'm not killing you, so I'm worried. I want the Animus to die, but they're never going to. So I think I actually do play this. Just so I can do more damage to you on this turn. You have 60 HP. If I can hit you for another 20, at the very least, you'll only hit the pyre once. Wow, you're not even dying, huh? Well, in that case, now you're dying. We could add we can add a draft to the top floor. We're gonna be Ember Drain next turn, but I think it's okay. Actually, we can get a draft on this floor and then make another draft. Okay, so play you die. You get out there. Plus 10 for each card consumed. 10, 20. It'll be a 20 times 2 draft. If it's a 30 times 2 draft, it'll kill you. But I really don't want to get rid of this. But you know what? The boss is so weak. Do we really need stealth on the boss? No. So if we play this, we'll have a 30 times 2 draft, which will kill you. Because a 20 times 2 draft won't do it. Well, actually, hold on. Draft? I gotta look at the card. I gotta look at the card. Draft comes out as 10. So if we exhaust 2 cards, boom, boom, it'll come out as a 30. So we can play this, and then we can play this, and then we can play this, and you actually die, which is absurd. And it should come back thanks to our champion. So the drafts, this is how I want this deck to work, I'm realizing now. The drafts have to come back like every turn, because they're so freaking good. So that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. You're actually dead. How? How did that work? Honestly, you're just a tank right now, so stay healed up. You have 4 HP, you're gonna die. You get out there, you get out there, you get out there. Oh my god, we're actually doing it. You matter more to die. Now you're dead. Have we actually done it? Have we stabilized? Nothing got through? So, Intrinsic on that draft card could be pretty good. Intrinsic Holdover would be amazing. We did get engulfed in smoke again, and I'm loving the stings because they're allowing me to get through my deck pretty fast. We didn't get a Vine Grasp though, I guess we were too full. Still, things are dying. Things are still dying. You're dead, you, I don't care. I guess we'll just sap. I guess we'll just sap you. You're doing 14 damage. Sure, kill a Dreg. You know what? No, we should have played the Dreg at the bottom. I keep forgetting about that. We want the Dregs to be at the bottom floor. Well, you know what we could do? One of these. Oh, I don't, right, cost 1 energy. Forgot. I think the reason why the drafts were costing 0 on that previous run was because of, like, did we have an artifact that reduced unit cost by 2 or something? I don't know, I can't remember. So you're actually rooted, you're not gonna go anywhere. I completely forgot about that. I like this. Our Sludge is only 90 times 2, which is kind of ridiculously bad. Like that is not nearly enough. Yeah, just let it go. I don't want to be burned, or I don't want to be Ember Drain next turn. Okay, you're taking 1,500 damage, which is way more than I thought you would take. We do have 4 turns of stealth, and we're doing 88 times 2 on the harvest. I think if we put out 1 sacrificial unit, you will probably die. I'd rather it not hurt you. So I think that I'd rather play a Dreg up here, honestly, because it has Burnout 1. I think if we just play 1 Dreg, you're taking 1,700 damage. You're not quite dead. You're still not quite dead, but I'm pretty sure you will die. You attack first, right? Plus 17, sweet. So don't play the stings at all. Burnout 3, Entombed Explosive. I think this would be appropriate. You do hit like a freaking truck. But you're dead, thank God. And you know what? Stealth. You didn't even get exploded upon. So we made it. We don't exactly have a lot of cash. I don't think... we have to worry about energy. Things are a little bit too expensive. Though I do like the Votivary to tank for our bottom floor. I think that Votivary is totally acceptable. It's also endless, but I don't want to make anything endless. I think that extra energy is very helpful. It does take a little bit of draw on a future turn, but to get the extra energy every turn is quite nice. I actually kind of like Pyrogrow. We have a lot of draw with the stings. The extra energy goes a long way. And we have to go left. There's a lot to do, but honestly, the duplication and the unit upgrades are super important. Seven energy on the first turn is a little excessive. And endless... Okay, well now you got me thinking, because with endless on the Animus, now we don't have to worry about it dying. Which I think is really good. Because now every time it dies, it'll just come back with an extra plus 20 on top. So we don't have to worry about the Reformation. Because the Reformation would add 15. I don't think you need endless. Yeah, because if it dies, who cares? It'll just be reformed. You have 2 frozen reform cards and you get through your deck pretty quickly. So I actually think that this is a reroll. And multi-strike on the big sludge is the most critical thing. I'm so glad we actually got that. And you know, we're just gonna pay for some cheap upgrades. Animus can take that. Votivary can take an extra plus 10, because they're always gonna be played every turn. Now, we still need 10 pack shards. That'll do it. You know, I gotta be honest with you. Sacrificial Resurrection starting in our hand is pretty nice, because we can at least get 1 bad dreg early. Draft, rather. So that we can at least have something that's getting reformed every turn. Alternatively, we could put... I don't think we want to put anything into anything else. The Wigless Baron is still like the worst unit I have. But yeah, let's get the draft early as a good reform target. And then to make this spell actually playable, there you go, Fatal Melting. All right, and then we're also gonna duplicate. What are we gonna duplicate? Yeah. Not so much for the Seraphite, although the extra doubling will help on the stealth. It's mainly, I think, for the, mainly for the fight against the final boss. In my head, anyways. So, you've got to get played. You've got to get played. All of a sudden, we're doing 48 damage, which is not a lot, but I can put a draft down here, which will help quite significantly. You are gonna get hit, but who cares? I can just heal you later. We have no energy. So you know what? The draft can be summoned, it can be created, but it won't be playable. That's unfortunate. I should have realized that. In which case, we'll just do this. And, honestly, let's get the extra energy, and let's summon a draft so that it can come back around. Now, I worry about you, Darkwing. You're doing a lot of damage. You're almost dead, though, which is incredibly surprising. I guess our champion is 75. This is why I had the attack on the champion. So if the Animus dies, I'm not that worried. Next turn is gonna be pretty easy. I think we draw more next turn. We have +8 draw. Let's murder you. You get armor? We still gotta kill you anyways. I'm okay with the Animus dying so that they can come back, so I guess I'll just purge you. Well, you know, if I want them to die, there you go, burn out. So the units on the top will stay there for 1 turn. And the Votavary is exactly what I want on the bottom, because if the spikes kill a unit, great. It'll draw something on death, it'll harvest trigger, because our big sludge is not doing enough. The rage is getting purged, which we gotta be careful about. Purged. So I'm actually thinking about this like a Dreg, Vine Grasp, Dreg is 2 harvest triggers, which is a lot of damage being done. It's like an extra 60 damage. Votavary needs to be played. Up here, it's not enough to get a kill. The Baron needs to be played on the top floor as well. And we have a Sting, which will get a kill, which is very good. So, Dreg, Vine Grasp, Votavary on the top gets a kill due to the spikes. So we'll play the Dreg at the bottom. You're now dying. Votavary will die. You can come out. You can die. You're killing me, I'm killing you. Wickless Baron's getting stronger. You're healing, which is unfortunate. We're also gonna be Ember Drain on this floor. I think you probably do mold then? What are you molding? Mold back a Dreg? I mean, the Dreg is gonna come back automatically anyways due to the Rector Flicker, so maybe you don't mold. There's nowhere to put the Dreg is the problem. So do you play a Consume? I think you do. Just to give you a little bit of heal. We're not relying on regen, it's just there for, well, it's there to get consumed, honestly. You're burning out, which is perfect. Now we are taking, or we're not killing you, but the Animus can go on the top floor to hopefully kill you later. And we're doing a lot of damage on the bottom. Not quite enough, but we have Dregs. We have Dregs, don't worry about it. We got Dregs. If I stealth down here too, we won't be Ember Drained, which is nice. So I like this, I really do. Votavary dies, gets a kill. We do 20 damage to you, beautiful. Then, I like Dreg, Vine Grasp, Smoke, Dreg. The Dreg will die. We're killing the Ember Drain, which is really nice. And then, honestly, all other Dregs, I think, just go on the top floor. Definitely in front. You don't want to Wicked Blaze anything, because again, our champion's gonna bring it back, so keep the cards in your hand. Yeah, he's gonna bring back 2 Dregs. And the Animus did get burned out, so it is now a 68 times 3 unit, which is what we want to have happen, but more often, and now we can. Because it came out. Also, you definitely need this. Is there anything on the top floor? There is. If there's something on the top floor, you play the Votavary. It's a free play. It's a free harvest trigger, really. Maybe we should have played the bomb, but like, things here are dying anyways. Fatal Melting is 21 damage. Wow, this is not a very good card, is it? Now, how many units are dead? 2 Dregs, and we're gonna lose way more units. So I think this is an opportunity to play Wicked Blaze. We're about to shuffle, and we're gonna have more than 2 units in the dead pile. So if we play this, we can at least buff something. But don't play this one. Maybe you should. If you're dying, and you're dying, yeah, we'll bring back the Explosive and the Animus next turn. So definitely play you. Ready? Boom. Why did you come to my hand? Oh, because the Dreg died on the top floor. I think. Did it? Look, I don't know what's going on. 3 stealth. You're a 108 times 363 Animus of Will. You are fantastic. I wish we could just do this faster. That would help a lot. What's going on up here? Nothing? Sure. You can come out. I guess we never played this bomb. You can dive 73 times 3. You definitely want to come out. Now there's 3 units to mold. There's gonna be 4. I don't think you play the mold though, I think we save it. We definitely draw. And we should play the dreg. I don't really want to play on the top floor though, because I think it will Ember Drain. So why don't we just play this like here in the front? Although it's gonna gain plus 5 HP every turn now, which is not what we wanted. Okay, lots of units burning out, you love to see it. There's our draft again, by the way. This has to be played. We're now doing 300 and almost 400 damage on our big sludge. I mean, you're better than the Animus, so sure, why don't you take the Steel Enhancer? You're gonna hit and die. So it's a good, playing the Votivary up here dying is also a good opportunity to play some dregs up on the top. We have a Wicked Blaze coming up, so I'm gonna play the mold to keep bringing back good old dregs. And then, I mean, I'd rather have, I think, the draft coming back due to its multi-strike. And then, you know what, why don't we give you extra 3 burnout. We're not really doing that much damage to the boss, but that's okay. They're dead. Never mind, we're doing a lot of damage to the boss. By the way, you're dead. Okay, and our Animus is doing 450 damage on their own too. So I mean, that's just the power of stealth. And if we can do this on the Divinity fight, we're in the clear. Units will stay on the top floor. It's making me think that maybe we put the Sweeper on the top floor, but I know that our big sludge is gonna take damage, but we have stealth, which will be able to counter that, you know? But if we play the Sweeper on the top floor, that Sweeper is gonna hit everything twice. I don't know though. Because right now what I like about this is that we didn't draw either. Oh baby. We gotta save energy for this. Maybe we do go to like the middle floor and then we play the Sweeper and the Sludge on the top floor. Because these units, they're gonna make it up. They're gonna make it up. I can get a kill if I play 2 spells, but I'd rather you guys just freaking die on your own. If we play the Rector and the Wicked Baron on the top, they will die in 4 turns. The Rector will come back to life though, you know. I think we do want the Baron at the top, at the very least, because with all the harvest triggers, because the dregs are gonna die so quickly that he's gonna get really strong, but is he an important unit? Not really. 14, 28, plus 9, 37 damage. All right, what if we play Rector at the bottom, Sludge, Sweeper, top. Guaranteed reforms. We know we can play a draft on this turn. It'll come back. The bomb will go off as well. We can just purge cards down here. In fact, we'll probably just kill a clergyman, to be honest. No, we want them to move up so that they can die up here. And then as long as we just stealth the top, hell, we can stealth the bottom if we want. Units will stick up here, get hit multiple times. The Animus will die constantly, which is pretty good. But again, the Baron will die. But then we'll have 2 reforms next turn that are free units. And we're gonna play the draft as well to do damage, which should get us a kill. I think we do it. I think we do it. I think we're gonna get enough units, and especially with enough harvest coming back every turn. We want the harvests every turn. So I think we will probably not even play the Steel Enhancer. I'm just gonna get a draft. Should we draw one more card next turn? Maybe we'll draw a card, then get a draft. Who's gonna burn out anyways, but at least we're slowing them down. You have Trample, which is truly horrendous. It's a bit of a weird one. It's gonna be like a really weird turn, but I definitely think what you do is you Votivary, engulfed in smoke, Shattered Shell. I think you do want a Wicked Blaze. Then you die. I think I also want you to die. And then you might as well just play these. And then for the heal, I do want to make sure that you get a little bit healed up. So I'm still waiting on the Sludge Man. He should be coming out right now. Oh my god, he almost didn't. We got the Animus though. But Sludge Man comes out. All of a sudden you're all dying. We're taking damage, but as soon as we play Stealth once, we have 4 turns of taking no damage, which is beautiful. And the Rector Flicker, they don't even know he's here. Now this floor's making it up. They shouldn't be too much of a problem for this. I would like to Votivary on the top, I think. It's a good play. Unless we have a Purge, in which case we could Purge like a Dragon, then play the Votivary, but we don't, so we're just gonna play the Votivary. It'll die and make our life easier in the future, because it'll charge up the Sludge. The Animus should definitely be played, and needs to be played. We could play her on the top floor. We don't have any harvest triggers, so if we play it up here, it'll wound the Clipped Reflector. She will die. I'd rather she... it's weird, because I'd rather she live to at least get, like, a kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If 5 units are dying, you're gonna have 50 damage times 3. You should die, you'll die, you'll die. You know what? I think you play the Animus at the bottom, because I think this is enough to ensure that you die on the next floor. Animus, we do want to die sooner rather than later. And a Dreg can just, like, take a shot. We only have 5 cards next turn. Do we want the extra energy? We're not gonna need it next turn. Now that we have the units out, I actually feel like we might not need Pyrogrow as much. Really, for the first, like, turn, it's important. Why are you dying? Because it says you're actually dying. Oh, you're dying to the explosion. Well, now you get to deal more damage. And you'll die to the spikes. Within 2 turns, we'll get a stealth card, so I'm not really worried about the top floor at all. So the Animus is now an actual heavy hitter, with Burnout 1. The Chains of the Sighted will have to be killed on the top floor by the Sludge, I think. I like this turn, actually, I really do. You come out. We kill you. We get 10 more damage. Votivary comes out. Dies. Oh my god, look at the damage on this floor, though. They will still get stuck on the top floor for a turn. And we should draw Engulfed in Smoke. In fact, we're going to if we play the Sting. I think that... How much damage is coming out? 10, 20, 30, 41? It's actually... No, it's actually more than that because of you. I think we do have to slow these guys down, though, and I think we do it with the Animus. The Animus can slow you down, but you're just gonna get hit by the Sludge. We gotta slow these guys down. So, I like the Animus. You have Burnout 1. You're dying. You're dying to spikes. Now you're burning out, so you're doing, you know, full damage. 68 times 3? Well, 68 times 2 is 136, so the Sting isn't really gonna make you get any closer because the bomb's gonna smack you. So I think here, you're already dying, you're dying. There's no real good place to play the Sting, so I don't think it actually matters at all. Regen. I'm gonna run under the assumption that you're dead. It's gonna heal you. And then heal you. So again, the top floor is gonna suck, but we have stealth, and the stealth will keep our units alive while they slowly work through the enemies. Now you only have one more turn of stealth, which is scary, but you'll live, I'm sure. We're about to shuffle anyways. You're gonna add another piece of garbage. Like the piece of garbage you are. So we have no Sting, but we do have a Vine Grasp. So Dreg, Vine Grasp. And then if we play the Draft at the top, it's a lot of damage over 3 turns. But unfortunately, it'll also take up capacity for the Harvest plays, like the Votivary. But it is good damage. Right, it hits all of them. I forget every time. I mean, it's 140 damage extra. Is that worth more than a little bit of rage gain? Probably, because we need to make sure that these units are dying as they make it up. So I actually do think you play the Draft. And then I think we smoke. Only you are living now. We need you to die. We need you to die. Need you to die. -5, -12. You could actually use the regen. I'm surprised we haven't gotten the Wickless Baron back. He's still just hanging out in the dead pile. You're taking 500 damage, which means that you should probably die on the next turn. In fact, you will die on the next turn. You'll die to our sweeper, and then you guys are gonna get rooted. That rooting ability on the Divinity fight, really helpful. Now you're actually living, which is very surprising. We need to draw more stealth. That's not incredibly important right now, though. We can wait on that for a minute. I should have not put the Draft at the front. They're stealing the HP triggers. And actually, we might play Pyre Grow. Depends. We only have 2 energy in hand. It's weird, I actually don't think we need it. A lot of our cards are super cheap. So you're gonna die if I play you here. You won't die if I play you here. And you'll weaken all the enemies. I wouldn't mind it if you died. Like, if we know that this floor is gonna die next turn, maybe we actually do put the Animus so that they just keep dying and coming back stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. I also think that we probably want to bring back the Tycoon, because he's not doing a damn thing. So you know what? Let's bring back our Tycoon friend. Get him out here. Get you out here. Get you out here. Play you. You're gonna die. Who cares? And then honestly, that's a nice little way of handling that spikes. And just give you a flat heal. I feel fragments of others like me once could resonate, but blah, 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 blah. And I want to draw 7 cards. 3 energy is fine. So you did live, but you'll die on this turn. If we have to leave this in the deck, we have to leave it in the deck. We were Ember Drained. God, I just can't see this guy in the middle of everything. Still, I mean, we know what we're gonna play. We have to play Engulfed in Smoke. So we're gonna let the Pyre take 3. You're gonna get played. Everything on this floor is dying, by the way, which is beautiful. You have Spell Shield 3. Look, I'm not gonna kill you. At least we're not gonna get Ember Drained up on here. Up on here? Also, can't help but notice, did not get right. I always forget. Did not get a Animus back. We have too many dregs dying. They're good blockers for the sludge that trigger the harvest, but you know, they do make it harder to get what we want. But we have Wicked Blaze, that's kind of why we have it, honestly. So that's a 143 times 358 Animus. You're dying. Let's stop that. Now you're dying. We'll stop that. Beautiful. Votivary is just 1 death that makes us stronger. Now you're dying. And then I gotta be honest with you, I actually do think we just put out another bomb. Like, why not? Health-wise, I would like you to be a little bit stronger. Let's play it. Engulfed in Smoke. We know what we want. I'm surprised that our champ is actually doing as good of a job as he is. Why are you a 75-75? When did I give you HP? Oh, you know, it's because of Emblem. Other units are dying and he's getting the extra HP every turn. Got it. So if you die, I'd actually kind of like it if you die. Bring you back even stronger. Waves remaining 1 means that this is a good time to bring you back. Next turn, that is. You need to stealth up. I mean, let's be honest. With 700 damage on our tank, with 12 turns of stealth, nothing is gonna make it past the top floor. You're a 109-28 Burnout 7 Dreg? What? I guess this is the one that keeps getting brought back by the Rector Flicker, huh? He's gonna wreck his flicks, right? Keep the Molded in hand, because we want the Animus next turn. By the way, this is not the end. By the way, you're dying and I'm taking 25 damage. Why am I taking 25 damage? 10, 10, 5. Oh. Well, I mean, that's one way of doing it. So you'll just come out and die and tank a shot. So you're actually tanking 2 of those explosions. You might as well heal up. Bring back the Animus, who's a 168 times 368. When your units are dying, you don't really want them to take a long time to get reformed back so they can actually do all of this damage. You prefer them to just come out strong or be immediately reformable. But the Animus can't do her damage because she's not quick. So she's just constantly burning out or dying, not doing any damage, and just leaving the top floor to do everything. But the big Sludge is getting the job done. He's at 750 damage and he's gonna get a little bit stronger. And I can even play 1 Dreg. So he's currently at 256, 296, so he started doing 300 damage per turn by the end of that. So the strategy of using the Sludge worked. I don't know what happened on that one combat where we took 68 damage, but we lived and we won. There's been a lot of melting lately, but I'm enjoying the melting. It seems like it's working. Even when we don't have, you know, Legion of Wax getting the job done for us. We got a big Sludge victory, which is nice. We got a special stamp. And no notables on the run at all. And we've already won with this combination too. We need to get some of this stuff like Stygian. Oh my god, I hate Stygian. Well, good run in the end, except for it was the multi-strike one, clipped infiltration. I feel like maybe some of those units had some sort of shielding, because one of them, it felt like one of them in particular hit my pyre for 40, which was a little strange. But we got the job done. Everything that we needed to have happen happened on the Seraph fight and the Divinity fight. The double stack engulfed in smokes that were replicated totally got the job done. Stealth is absurdly overpowered in this game, even against Seraph of buff debuff variety. The fact that we had enough damage on our big Sludge meant that it didn't matter if we only had 2 turns of stealth or 6 turns of stealth or 4 turns of stealth. It was enough. You know, when you're doing 600 damage per turn, you only need a couple of turns of stealth. And on the final fight, we even used one of them on our champion, just to keep the champion alive, constantly reforming. That way we could keep sacrificing a unit to big Sludge and also just put up body blockers or get dregs or get the Animus reformed. I mean, the Animus started as a 28x3 and ended up as a 168x3, but it did take a long time for that to happen. And she only had like burnout 4, and she wasn't really a tank. So I guess at the final fight there, if we needed her to kill Divinity, we would have put her behind everything else and then just hope for the best. Still, fun, strange run, fun run though. I don't know how that worked, but it did. For those of you on YouTube, hey, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.